right. So we're going to take a moment and come into your seated position. Thanks for joining me tonight. Your seated position, whatever that may be. We're going to do more of a movement-based practice tonight and enjoy this fall day. If you haven't had an opportunity, you can look out. We're blessed with some lovely colored leaves this year. Even the oaks are turning for us. And flip your palms up. We're going to start with a very simple meditation, sort of a meditation that brings in mudra. And mudra is seals or things we do with our fingers that creates particular energy in our bodies. And mantra, which is just sounds we repeat. So first just start to touch your fingers. Touch the thumb to the tip of the index finger, then the middle finger, then the ring finger, and the pinky. So you're going down the line, just touching. And just notice what that feels like, because even this awakens the nervous system. Just touching one finger at a time. What does it feel like to have skin-to-skin contact with your fingers? Do your fingers feel warm or cool? Do you press hard, or is it just a soft touch? Maybe there's even soreness in your fingers or your thumb. Just noticing what it feels like physically to move the fingers. And then the next thing we do is we add the mantra, the sound. So as you touch the first finger, the index, we say sa, S-A. The second one is ta, T-A. The ring finger is na, N-A. And the pinky finger is ma. So it's sa, ta, na, ma. Sa, ta, na, ma. And we'll do silent, what we call sometimes japa mantra, doing it silently to yourself as you go down the row with your fingers. And see how that feels to add that component of mantra in with the touching of the fingers. Where does your awareness go now? Can you still sense the feeling sensation of the fingers? How much focus does it take to keep the mantras going? Maybe you go faster, slower, because you've added mantra into the mudra. Just noticing these things. So when we're doing this, it's basically a 4 count, but you can make that 4 count faster or slower. So an example of that would be satanama. That's a pretty fast 4, right? Or I could do sa, ta, na, ma. The key is to time it so your breath is comfortable. Anytime we do anything with our breathing, with changing our breath in any way, we want to do it gently and comfortably. So as you're going through your fingers now, use a 4 count inhalation. So an inhale will be a full round of sa, ta, na, ma. And then an exhalation will be a full round of sa, ta, na, ma. But at your pace. I always think of it as just like gentrifying your breath. Take what you're naturally doing with your breath. Keep it easeful, but just make it into a count that goes along with the mudra and the mantra. If at any time you feel like you're struggling or feel anxious, go back to just breathing, not timing it to the mudra and mantra. We're going to do this for 1 minute, and I'm going to be silent, and you can do the mantra silently to yourself. Begin to notice the feeling sensation again of the touch of the fingertips. Are your hands in a relaxed position? Are they heavy or light? Hear the sound of your own voice as it repeats the mantra. And notice your breath. Is it more refined, longer, shorter, or deeper, or more shallow? Just noticing, there's no right or wrong. And then let the hands rest. Breathe into that space that you've been breathing to this whole time. Take a nice big breath in. As you breathe out, imagine sending that breath through your arms and your shoulders, all the way into the palms of your hands. Satanama is a chant that we use to recognize the cycles, really the cycles that happen every day. We can see them in the seasons right now. It's this idea of birth, life, death, rebirth. And you may associate with one of those cycles more right now. Birth, life, death, rebirth. And if there is one that you feel you're more in right now, whether that's a good in or a stuck in, set an intention to work yourself through that space. So if you feel like you're alive today, be more alive in your practice. If you feel like you're stuck, unstick yourself. Are you birthing? Are you living? Is something dying? Is there something you need to get rid of today? Or did you get rid of it and there's a space for something new? That rebirth. And then reach your arms all the way up as you take a breath in. Take your gaze up. And as you exhale, gently draw your elbows to your sides. And we're going to do that movement. Inhale, reach up. Take your gaze up. Exhale, draw your elbows down. And you can do your breath really slow again. Find your pace, and you can even be soft and gentle with your arms. Or if you want to build more heat, we can or somewhere in between. So refine it to fit what you need right now. Inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling, pulling down. If you've had a hectic day, a slow pace might be nice. If you've been sitting and you need a little more vibrant energy, pick up the pace a little. If you're not sure, try them both. We're going to go about 30 more seconds. Notice any warmth or tingling in your body, particularly your upper body. Ten more seconds. Let your arms drop. Take the backs of your hands onto your legs, palms facing up. Just notice any buzzing in your body, your chest, your head. And we're going to come out of our seated position, come down onto our backs. So that was waking up the upper body. We're going to wake up the lower body and a little bit of core here. So take yourself down, get comfortable, let the ground support your backside. Start with your knees bent and your feet on the ground. You can take your arms next to you. Wiggle what needs to be wiggled. Shake whatever needs to shake. Find your way down. And then we're going to lift our feet up towards the sky. And just imagine that you're pedaling a bike. And we're going to start out really slow. It should feel nice. Get your knee joints out. Nice even surface on this bike to start, right? And then imagine what it would feel like to start going up a hill. Maybe pushing those pedals a little bit more. If you find your lower back is arching, by the way, then what you want to do is take your hands underneath the lower portion of your buttocks to keep the low back connected to the ground. So we don't want the low back arching away from the floor. So a little more push with the heel and the ball of the foot. And then just imagine what it feels like if you were going downhill. Those feet holding on for dear life, right? Going a little bit more of a crazy pace, less pushing, more momentum and movement. Notice what that feels like. And then we're going to go into a piston leg. So we're going to take the legs more towards, you can just go ahead and take your legs long first. Let's do a full body stretch. So pause for a moment, feel the tingling in your legs. Inhale, take a full body stretch. Exhale, sigh and relax. So can you feel that tingling in your legs? So this time we'll keep the legs long, although if hovering right over the ground feels like it's a little bit too much work, then bring the heels further from the ground. So the higher the heels, the less work we do. But you're going to start with both knees, draw both knees into your chest. Again, make sure the low back is staying on the ground. You're going to push one heel all the way forward and then draw that leg back, and then the other leg. So imagine your leg like a piston, both legs like pushing and drawing back. And maybe first do it again. Just softly and gently. There's soft moving pistons if there is such a thing. So keeping those heels over, so you're going to warm up that core. And then push more with the heel and the ball of the foot. Feel more of that muscular energy. Maybe you can even go slower to really reach out. Feel the side body go along with the legs. And now if you were piston going downhill, go fast. And push. Feel the front of the hip flexor stretching. Keep that low back down. Keep your shoulder blades on the ground. So more of a punching outward and forward. We're going to do about another 30 seconds. Keep it going. And if you want to switch to one of the other versions, the slow, soft, or more the muscular push, maybe a combination. If you need to, just look up at the movement in the tops of the trees. That should get you smiling. One more, push through and let your legs drop. Just be present in whatever sensation you feel in your body. Warmth or coolness, lightness or heaviness. Just like when we were touching the tips of our fingers. Your felt sense. And we'll bend our knees, place the feet on the floor again. We'll start to do a bridge pose. So coming into the core, just gently press the backs of the upper arms and the backs of the hands into the ground. Draw your shoulder blades towards the center of the spine. Lift it, pressing into the feet. As you inhale, lift your pelvis up. And exhale and come back down. So we'll do movement, inhaling up. And exhaling down. So finding the movement from the torso. You can take that nice, slow, easeful pace. Just a flow up and a fall down. Or you might really press into your heels and hug your thighs. Find that more muscular energy. Imagine squeezing the inner thighs, drawing your kneecaps forward, your thigh bones upward. You might even feel your glutes squeeze in your outer hips. And releasing that when you come down. Or if you want, you can go fast. Inhale up, exhale down. It's whatever your breath wants to support and your body wants to do. Find the pace that's right for you. We'll go for another 30 seconds, up and down. If with this one you want to add your arms, it's optional. As you inhale, you can reach your arms up overhead, and exhale, hands back down. If you like the stability of the arms being still, then keep them there. So sometimes when we know, are we refueling or burning something off? Where in that cycle are we? Are we rebuilding? That has a lot to do with how we choose to move, what your intention is. Take about 5 more lifts and drops. And then come down out of your bridge pose and relax. Just be still with the feet where they are. Feel your back and spine, your torso, your belly. Draw both knees into the chest, make some circles with your low back into the ground. And go back and forth and side to side. And then we're going to rock up to all fours, or you can roll to one side. So you might roll first or rock yourself up. Nice. And then we'll come into all fours. Inhale into your cow pose, and exhale, draw your hips back towards your cat pose. And inhale, rock forward into your cow. And exhale, hips back towards your cat. Finding that back and forth. Feel the stretch through your arms. So think of lifting the center of your spine as you draw back. Drop your spine into a smile. The front belly drops and the rib cage as you breathe in. Tailbone and head draw down on the exhale. Tailbone and head draw up on the inhale. Then come back into a neutral position. Walk the hands slightly in front of you. We're going to add on to that. So now you're going to exhale, still come back into your child's, work towards child's pose, hips back towards the heels. Inhale, come forward into a plank on your knees. So when you want to have those hands far enough forward that when you bring your hips forward and you're in that plank position, your shoulders are right over your wrists. Nice. As you exhale, roll your toes under and lift up into your down dog. Feel free to work out this first down dog, however you might need to do that. Inhale, shift forward for your plank pose. An opportunity again to be plank on your knees if you'd rather. Or you can stay up, pressing through your heels. Either way, we're going to exhale down so knees can come down first. Keep the hands where they are. Inhale into your cobra. Find that first cobra, reach your big toes towards the back of the mat. Float your hands off the ground so you're doing honest cobra. Feel the strength of the backside. Hands down, exhale back towards child's pose for this first one. Take the hips back, nice. Inhale forward, shoulders over the wrists like you're in a knee plank. Exhale, roll the toes under, lift up into your down dog. Inhale forward for plank. Exhale, drop down. You can do another cobra pose, or at any time if you'd rather do up dog, give yourself that. Exhale towards your child's pose. Again, inhale forward. And if you want to do a full plank now instead of knee plank, that's up to you. Exhale into your down dog. Lift your hips up and back. There you go. Inhale forward for plank. Exhale, coming down. Tops the feet down. Inhale into your back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Take the hips back. We're going to keep cycling through. Inhale forward for plank on your knees or roll the toes under, your call. Exhale, lifting hips up into your down dog. Shift forward for plank as you breathe in. Come on down to the earth as you breathe out. Lift the heart and the shoulders away. Smile those collarbones as you breathe in. Exhale, child's pose. Draw your hips back. Let's do 2 more rounds on your own if you'd like, or with me. Inhale forward for plank, so honor your breath cycle. Exhale into down dog, lift the hips up. Forward for plank on the inhale. Exhaling down. Tops of the feet reach back, press the toenails down. Inhale into your back bend. Exhale, draw the hips back towards child's pose. Last one on your own. Follow the rhythm of your breath. So get out of this what you want. And you're all doing such a good job. Do one more. Bonus round. Bonus round. Nice. What didn't you try that you want to try? Or is there something you want to do different? More joy in your practice. If you want to stop and hold a pose, do that. After you finish that last round, we're all going to come forward into puppy pose. So walk your hands forward, take them wide to the edges of the mat, keep your hips high, lift your tailbone up on inhale. Exhale, bring the heart and the head down towards the ground. If the head doesn't touch the ground, you're welcome to cross opposite hand to elbow. Rest your head on your arms. Notice any sensations, any buzzing, any warmth. It's pretty easy tonight to go from warm to cold, right? You're getting a little nip of that air on your belly. One more round of breath. And come back into all fours with the hands in front of you. Roll your toes under. Come up into your down dog. From your down dog, bend your knees. This first one, walk your feet up to your hands. We're going to come into a forward fold, but feel free to take opposite hand to elbow. Widen your feet if you'd like. You can do a back and forth sway. Just the right resistance of the feet into the ground. Lifting the leg line up, the back of the leg line. Let your head hang and be heavy at the end of your spine. Take your hands to your shins just below the knees and inhale halfway out, reaching out through the crown of the head. Exhale, bow back down. Press into your heels, inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands back to the center of the heart. Nice. Come to the top of the mat if you're not there. Pull your shirts down over your abdomen so we don't get cold, right? Hands at the heart center. Find yourself into your feet. So maybe even play your toes like piano keys. Lift them up, drop them down. So you can do that without looking at them. Just feel them. Lift the arches of your feet a little bit. Can you feel those arches? Just a little bit of pressure into the pinky toe side of the outer foot. Feel your heel and the ball mount of the foot. Lift your leg line just slightly, knees up towards the thighs, thighs into the hips. Inhale, reach your arms up. As you exhale, take your hands through the heart center and bow into your fold. Inhale, hands to the ground or to your shins as you come halfway. Exhale, bow back down. Weight's going to come into the left foot. You're going to inhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat. Take an exhale and then hug the thighs. Now inhale, take your arms up. You're coming into a warrior one. So you can turn the right shoulder towards the front. Beautiful. Reach up. This first one, if you want to sort of genuflect that front knee in and out a little bit. There you go. Reaching up. On exhalation, take your left hand to your hip and take a side bend over to the left. So feel that nice stretch through that whole right line. palm down towards the ground. Inhale, sweep the arms back up. As you exhale, you're going to straighten the front leg and fold over it. And that might mean hands to your thighs, to your shin. If you want to use blocks, you can set your blocks up. Reach out long and then fold over. Last breath out. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach up. As you exhale, you're going to take your hands down, step to the back of the mat into your down dog. Lift your hips up and back. Here's where I'm going to give you options in the flow. So you can stay in down dog. You could take your child's pose. Or if you want that movement tonight, then come forward and do your half salutation. So you'd inhale forward into your plank. Exhaling down. Cobra or up dog. Exhaling child's pose or down dog. So this is a yoga recess. Remember what your intention was. Are you burning something off? Are you building something new? Birth, life, death, rebirth. We'll meet back in down dog to come forward, and when we're coming forward, you're welcome again to walk to the front of the mat, or if you want to jump, bend your knees slightly, press the balls of the feet into the ground. As you inhale, come to the front, look where you're going, halfway out. Exhale into the fold. Press into your heels, the balls of the feet. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, return the hands to the heart. Nice. Pause there, and if you're not at the front of the mat, you can always step up there. Sometimes our jump doesn't land where we want to start from. That's all right. Inhale, take your arms up. High mountain. Exhale, hands through the heart center and bow. Hands to your shins, halfway out, or to your fingertips, reaching through monkey. Exhale, bow back down, press your hands into the floor. Inhale, step the left foot back, right foot forward. Hug the thighs on exhale. You're coming into a warrior one. Inhale, sweep the arms up into that warrior one. First one on this side, you can bounce in and out or bend in and out of that front knee a little bit. It's the genuflect. Nice. Take your right hand to your right hip, and as exhale, side bend over to the right. Feel that whole line. Left heel to fingers. Heel to wrist. Inhale, come back up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Hands can be at your thigh, your shin. Use your blocks if you'd like, or to the ground. Press into that front leg, keep it strong. Inhale, lift all the way back up. You're going to exhale, hands down to the ground, step back into down dog. Again, you have that option. You can come forward and flow through. You can hold your down dog or take a child's pose. What's in your wheelhouse tonight? Or you can find another pose. Maybe you want to hold a plank pose. You always have veto power in all of my classes. Meeting back in the down dog, getting ready to come forward. It can be a walk to the front or a jump. If you're jumping, bend your knees, look between your fingers. Get that little jump halfway there on inhale. Exhale, bowing down. Press into your heels, inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're going to stick with that plan, but just add a little bit on. Same blueprint, just putting some windows, decorating a little bit. All right, hands at the heart center. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, hands through the heart center, take your fold. Hands to the shins of the ground as you inhale, halfway out. Exhale, bow back down, take the weight into the left foot. Inhale, step the right foot back for warrior one. Take an exhale, hug your thighs together. Then inhale, come up with those legs already strong. There's your foundation. Nice, take left hand to left hip. Exhale, side bend over to the left. Here's what we're going to add on. We're going to take a twist here. So take another inhale, and then as you exhale, take your right elbow to the outside of the left knee. You can stay there or take palms together. Inhale, come back up, straighten the leg. Exhale, fold over the front leg as we did before, hands to your shin, your thigh. This time really familiarize with yourself with your left leg, because we're going to float onto that left leg for warrior three. You can keep hands on the ground. You're welcome to use blocks. If you want to keep the right toes on the ground, that's there for you too, but you're going to take the weight into the left leg. See if you can lift the right leg up, point all 5 toes down towards the ground, reach through that right heel. If you're using blocks, your hands walk them forward so your shoulders are over your wrists, your spine is long. Wherever you want to challenge yourself. As you exhale, set that right foot back down into your warrior one foot stance. Inhale, reach up, straight but soft front knee. Exhale, hands down to the ground, step back into your down dog. Nice. Inhale and flow through, forward to plank, or exhale into your child's pose, hold your down dog. Recess. It's like, if you ever go, I never went to summer camp, but the whole thing I understand is like there's some activities you have to do and then you get to choose some that you actually like. That's like my yoga classes. I hope every yoga class is like summer camp for you. We'll meet back in down dog again to come forward. It might be a walk, a step, or a hop. As you exhale, bend the knees. Step or jump to the front halfway as you breathe in. Exhaling into your fold. Press into your heels, inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands back to the center of the heart. Beautiful. We're at the top of the mat. Repeating, flipping to the B side. Inhaling, arms up. Heels down into the earth. Exhale, hands through the heart center and fold. Halfway to monkey as you breathe in. Exhale, fold again, weight into the right foot. Inhale, step the left foot back for warrior one. Take an exhale, hug your inner thighs together. Inhale, sweep the arms up into your warrior one. Exhale, drop the right hand to the right hip and side bend over to the right. Take an extra breath there. Breathe in to that left side. As you exhale, rotate the torso. Left elbow can just come across the thighs with the palm facing up, or elbow to the outside and palms together. Reach out through the crown of the head. Inhale, sweep the arms back up, straighten the front leg. Exhale, folding over the front leg, hands to your shins or your thigh. Floor, maybe. Feel yourself through that right leg. Feel the power, the balance, the strength. And when you're ready, float onto the right leg into your warrior three. Virabhadrasana 3, pointing even the left pinky toe down towards the ground. Plug the left thigh bone into the hip. Lift out of the right leg. Using blocks, using the ground, whatever you got. Long spine. Reach the nose slightly forward in the crown of the head. As you breathe out, step that left foot back down. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Front leg is soft but straight. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back into your down dog. Inhaling forward if you want to flow through, or you can exhale right into your child's pose or hold your down dog. Or plank, any other pose you want to hold. Summer camp. You can come back to, if you get lost at any point, come back to that Satanama. Breathing to that. Breathing into that mantra. Coming back into your down dog. Bend your knees as you exhale. Look to where you want to go. Look and leap or walk halfway as you breathe in. Exhale, bow. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, hands back to the heart center. Awesome. From this position, inhale, sweep arms up. You're going to exhale this time and take a side bend, palms together, and you can cross your thumbs. Exhale, take a side bend to the left. You want a little more balance here, take the weight into the right foot. You can step the left foot out to the side, keeping the big toe on the ground. So you're making that C curve. Or if you want a little more balance, test your balance, you can lift the left foot off the ground. And if you're doing that, draw the top of the left foot towards your shin. So arms are going to the left. It's like you're trying to touch your fingers to your pinky toe or your left foot. Inhale back to the center, drop the foot down, reach back up. Thumbs are right over the crown of the head. Exhale, side bending over to the right. Let the weight come into the left foot. You can just do the side bend, or you can step the right foot out to the side, big toe staying on the ground for more stability, or lifting the big toe up, drawing the top of the foot towards the shin. Feel those outer hips kick in. Drop the foot down, inhale back to the center. Exhale, hands through the heart center. We're going to hold this fold for a moment, a little bit longer, so feel free to use your blocks, use your shins. If you want to get deeper into it, take your peace fingers, wrap your peace fingers around the inner sides of your big toes, if you can get a hold of your big toes. And sometimes we can do it if we bend the knees first. So bend your knees to get that connection. And then inhale, try to extend out through your spine and lift your thigh bones up and back. Then exhale, bend your elbows to the long sides of the mat, and like you're gently drawing your torso in towards your thighs without forcing it. A little bit deeper into the bend, you'll feel your upper back stretch as well. Still let the head just hang. Shake out the head. Feel that whole back line from heels to hips and hips to the base of the head. Release the peace fingers, coming halfway out, hands to your shins, to the ground. Or if you want, you can place your hands on the low back or clasp them. If you're clasping, draw your elbows towards the long edge of the mat, knuckles towards the back. A little more work for the legs. See if you can get your head right to the height of the sacrum. So we would be able to put a tray on your back right now. We're going to bow back down. If you want to keep the bind, you've got it there, you can. Otherwise, release your hands back down to the ground. If you're binding, lift the knuckles up towards the sky. Let the head fall. Slide the hands as you breathe out, down the thighs and back to the floor. Take the weight into the left foot. As you inhale, step the right foot to the back into the warrior one. Exhale, hug the thighs. Inhale, come up. I'm going to switch with you guys. Find your warrior one first. And then this time we're going to exhale into a warrior two. So turn towards the long edge of the mat. You guys will be in a circle formation. Left foot is front, right foot is back. Nice. Find that warrior two. Opening up to the long edge of the mat, gazing over the front left finger. You can do that little genuflect in and out of your thighs if you want. Yeah, find your space. It's just like the Satanama. There's a beginning, a middle, and end. Same with our breath. Drop your backhand, flip your front palm up, and inhale into your exalted warrior. We're going to exhale, come forward into side angle. So drop your left arm to your thigh. You can keep your right hand on your waist. You can plug your arm in and take the thumb over the ear, or reach all the way over the ear. Lift the thigh up into that front arm and then resist the thigh by pushing the arm into the thigh. See if you can rotate and open up that right armpit a little bit more. Push into that left heel just a little bit, but soften the toes. Exhale back into the warrior two. Inhale, straighten the legs. We're going to go into triangle pose. Reach straight up. So we still have that left foot towards the short edge of the mat. Feet didn't move, we're just lengthening through the spine. Right hand to the hip as you reach forward through the left arm. I like to do that on the inhale, exhale down. The I'm a little teapot method. You can come into your shin, your thigh, use your block. Inhale, right arm up if you'd like. Next exhalation, drop that right hand to the ground. Let all 10 toes turn towards the front of the mat. So you're facing the front of the mat. Plant your hands. Step back into your down dog on exhalation. The rest of this you got. You can flow through if you'd like, or you can hold your down dog or your child's pose. Something old, something new. That's the whole gist of yoga. Yoga is about bringing together those complementary opposites. Just like birth and death, beginnings and endings. Meeting back in our down dog. Getting ready to come to the front of the mat, whatever that looks like tonight. You can just walk or be playful and jump your puddle. Coming halfway out. Exhaling into your fold. Press into the heels, inhale, rising up. Exhaling, hands back to the heart center. Nice. All right. Come back to the top of the mat. Pause there before we do the second side. Inhale, sweep your arms up again. Cross the thumbs if you'd like. Exhale, side bend over to the right. This time go to the right first. Once again, you can take the weight into the left leg, come onto the right toe, or lift that leg up if you didn't try lifting it last time. You got a second chance. Don't have to though. Drop the foot down, exhale back to the center. Inhale, reach up, lengthen, exhale, side bend over to the left. So find that curve through your waist. Let the weight come into the right foot, right hip and pelvis. Feel yourself balancing from your pelvis. Left toe can stay on the ground or lifting it up. Inhale to the center. Reach straight up. Exhale, bow down and through into your fold. Pausing again to deepen that experience of the fold if you'd like. This time, instead of just hooking the fingers to the thumbs, or if that's what you got, then stick with that one. Try to tuck your hands underneath your feet. Padas and hastas touch one another, so we actually point the fingers towards the heels. Bend your knees to get there again, so you want to get your toes all the way to your wrist creases if you can. And then as you inhale, press your heels into the ground, try to lift the backs of the legs up. As you exhale, bend your elbows out to the sides. Feel like you're broadening your shoulder blades. Once again, you can do the first version, just hooking your peace fingers around your toes too. Try your Satanama if there's lots going on. Take the weight out of the wrist creases. Inhale halfway, hands to the shins of the ground. As you exhale, bow back down. Weight will stay into the right foot. Inhale the left foot to the back into warrior. One foot's position first. Hug your thighs on exhale. Inhale, come up into your warrior one. Nice. Exhale, open up into your warrior two. Take a moment. So we got that right foot pointing towards the short edge of the mat. Here we go. Plug your arm bones into the shoulder blades. So find comfort, right? Drop your backhand, flip your front palm up, and inhale, reaching up towards the tops of the trees where it's already beginning to get dark. Exhale back into the warrior two. Coming forward for side angle. You can take your right hand to your thigh, but don't fall into the thigh. Push into the thigh, lift the thigh into the arm. Left thumb over the ear or all the way palm in front of the head facing downward. Try to roll that left rib cage up towards the sky. Hug your inner thighs. Find a good alignment for your head. So sometimes we have to take the nose back a little bit. We get the head forward thing here. Exhale back into the warrior two. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reach up for a moment. Thumbs over the shoulders. Lengthen through both side bodies. Keep that length for triangle pose. Inhale, reach forward with that right arm. Exhale, down. Still keeping the long side bodies. Left hand at the waist, or you can take the thumb up over the ear if you'd like. Remember what it felt like to touch your fingers together. Last breath in. As you breathe out, drop that left hand to the ground. You're going to face the front of the mat, step back into your down dog on exhalation. Flow through if you'd like, coming forward for plank or skipping all that. Down dog or child's pose. Kind of hitting all the greatest hits poses tonight in some ways. So I feel like I have to put a pigeon in there because that's, for a lot of people, greatest hits. But it might be greatest hits pose for you doing it on your back, modified, and sometimes that's where I love to be, or you can do it on your front side. So because you're in down dog, I'm going to show it now, because if you're doing it on your front side, you're going to enter it from down dog. We would bring the left leg forward first, and you can drop to your back right knee. If you find you're tilting too far onto your pelvis and you want to do this side, usually it'll be the left side that's tilting. What you can do is put a block underneath that left sit bone. But if your knees are grumping and yelling at you, then we probably want to go onto your back. So you want to make sure your knees are comfortable. So you can stay there, coming down. This is a cooling off pose tonight. So the option to go onto your back would look like right foot on the floor across the left ankle. You can be here or draw the right leg in. If there's any other favorite versions of pigeon pose that you like to do, you can override anything that I say and throw those in. See if you're still and quiet enough, once again, to hear that mantra, Sata Nama. Is it still there with you? Can you still let your breath follow the mantra, and the mantra be in your breath? If you are on your back side, I'm going to have you come to a seated position. If you're on your front side, take your hands into the ground. Use the strength of the arms to lift up. We're going to go right into a seated twist, Ardha Matsyendrasana. So if you've got a block underneath that hip, you can remove it. If you know you can keep your left knee bent, then do so. Fall onto the left hip and wrap that right leg around. Otherwise, if you're seated and that doesn't work for you, take the left leg out long and wrap the right leg around. So we're here or we're here. Do what works for you. Grab your shin, use your shin to lengthen through your spine. First, just feel that there's like that shift in the hips, right? Did anybody get that? My hips kind of go, huh? and then there's peace. So we can stay here for a breath or two more, and when you're ready, we'll take the rotation. Inhale, reach up just to lengthen through your spine. As you exhale, rotate right towards that right leg. So right arm behind you, left hand wherever it wants to wrap around that left leg. See if you can just let the weight of the upper body fall into the lower body. Again, cooling off pose. Literally tonight, right? That's part of it. Feel the temperature of the air on your skin. There you go. Last breath out. Inhale, rotate back to the center. Take both legs out in front of you for a breath or two. Press through your heels. We're going to take a forward fold sitting down. So press through the heels. Inhale, reach up. Lengthen, exhale, fold forward from the hip crease initially, keeping the legs active. And then if you want to drop the head and round, you can. Take about 5 deep breaths through that back line. We breathe out, we breathe in, we lift back up. Up, down, in, out. All those opposites. Exhale, hands back to your heart center. All right, side 2 of the pigeon. So I think you guys all did it from down dog, but if you want to come down onto your back, the right ankle will cross on the left thigh. Otherwise, from down dog, you can bring that right leg forward, try to bring the shin bone forward, press the pinky toe side of the foot into the ground to get yourself situated. If you're falling onto the right hip, whoopsies, then you can prop yourself with a block. Take some of the pressure out of that knee too. And if there is too much pressure on the knee, if it's screaming at you, come on, do it on your back. Your version of pigeon. What's your favorite variation? Maybe there's something you do with your arms or the way you lay your head, your cheek on the ground. Your own little spin on this posture. Or just the way that you choose to breathe. Are you breathing to your chest or your belly? Draw yourself back into that mantra. Let the breath and the mantra just swim together. Breathe out. Breathe in, feel the position of your body. Use the strength of your arms to walk yourself up. If you're on your back side, come to a seated position. If you're on your front side, you can gently fall into that right leg. The right hip, swing the left leg around. If you know that your hips are a lot happier with the right leg extended, then do that and then bring the left leg in. Otherwise, that right foot can stay to the outside. And sometimes one of these things is not like the other, right? Lift up tall. Just feel that nice broad base of support through your hips. Relax the shoulders down into the hips. Base of the skull, and then inhale, lift up. Exhale, rotate to the left. If you have an opportunity, check out the beautiful color of the skyline over there. All the trees, they're in their death phase. Satanama. Breathe out, breathe in, coming back to the center position. Uncross the legs, skateboard. Take the legs out in front of you, but this time into a wide stance. Heels out, draw your toes up. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Lengthening, kneecaps pointing up. Exhale, folding forward, just folding from the hip crease or dropping. If you like to grab feet and bind or ankles, you're welcome to do that. Be easeful. Find the posture and then be easeful. We're not pushing into the ground. We're also not pulling away from the ground. Just be the ground. Let the ground just receive you. Breathe out. Let your breath in lift you back up. And let your breath out take you all the way down to the ground. I wish I could get you all blankets right now. If we do this again next week, bring your blankies. Please finish off with any yummy movements, poses. Doesn't have to have a pose. If it is be a pose, if it's a pose and you don't know the name, we don't care. Put socks on, yes. And all that movement, see what it's like to be still. Just again, letting the earth hold you. You may have an area that you can focus on in your body. That could be your breath or physical area in your body that you're working on. But if you don't have a space to fine-tune your mind to right now, go back to the Satanama. Maybe even start with the gentle finger movement. Just as we added on last time, start with the breath, the mantra, and the fingers, and let it slowly drop off till all that's left is the sound of you making that Satanama. Fingers are relaxed, and your breath is just following along. ta na ma sa 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 ta na ma. Feel the position of your hands, your arms, and your hands may well be in your pockets. But sense the fingers and begin to gently touch the tip of the thumb to the index finger, the middle finger, the ring finger, and the pinky finger. Feel the temperature of your skin, that coming together. Voluntarily touching the fingers and staying present to feel the sensation. Whether you choose to gently touch or push slightly. And then let your mind organize itself around the whole of your body. It might be able to do that still touching the fingers. If not, you can stop moving the fingers. Feel the position of your body. You can wiggle toes, rotate your ankles. Are you shivering? Are you not shivering? Building a little extra resilience tonight. Tough Wisconsin souls. And anytime you need to, hugging your knees in, maybe rocking on your low back or taking a full body stretch. Rolling to your side and pausing if you'd like to come up to a seated position, you can do that. You can stay down there if you're at home, curled and snuggled. Do a seated or prone meditation, reclining meditation. Once you come back up, see if you can just do 3 rounds of the Satanama with your breath, your fingers, and hearing that mantra. Maybe it'll even go home with you today. You can roll it up in your mat. Use it tomorrow again. Anytime you need to come back into your body and into this moment. Remembering, it's like this reminder, this too shall pass, right? Birth, life, death, rebirth. Relax your fingers, take your hands to the center of the heart. Thank you for coming out tonight. Loka, samasta, sukhino, bhavantu. May all be blessed with peace and joy and love and light. Namaste. Do we need our night vision glasses yet?